today. I wrote in English. I know everyone speaks English here. Almost, I hope so. Esti spoke English well enough to understand. And she will hear me from my heart even if she doesn't understand. Dear Esti, my beloved sister, thank you for being there for me for so many years. Whether it was to listen to my rants, share on my successes, advice on my life, my career, my kids. Thank you for helping out with money back when things were hard. I will never forget that, Esti. Esti, you were always a giver. You gave it all to your daughters for years and years. For well over 20 years, you gave it all to your 7 daughters back at home. You gave it to the community, to Aba and Ima. Even after you left the fold, you never stopped making your life about helping others. You were always there to help our small family, Chanoch, Tami, Shon, myself. And you were there for the entire community. You volunteered at Hillel. You helped people privately. You even pursued the coaching certification to help more and more people. Esti, I remember a conversation we had about 8 years ago while you were still with your daughters at home. This was after you tried to leave this world because how bad things have become with your then husband. You ended up going back home upon the advice of a so-called rabbi. You went back home to your kids, but they weren't there with you. They were there physically, but they treated you like air. For 8 months, you walked around the house, living a religious life, only to be ignored by your own children in your own home. You called me crying that you can't take it anymore. I remember telling you that it's better that you be outside of the house, full of love and eagerness to see your daughters, than to be inside the house and growing more and more frustrated with them. Esti, I remember that you cried to me. But I can't leave my daughters. I love them too much, and I'm afraid they will completely shun me if I leave. And I told you, Esti, they will probably be upset and turn their back to you, which they are doing now anyway. Perhaps if you leave, time will heal the wounds, and sooner or later there will be some sort of arrangement, and you will see them again. I remember saying it might take a few weeks or a few months, but some arrangement will be made. Surely no one will keep a mom away from her children. Esti, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it didn't take me. It didn't take much, but it took years. It took 8 years and a funeral for you to see them, for you to reunite with your children. I'm sorry that it had to come to that. You deserve better. Esti, I know how much you cared about the people who leave the community. I know how much you cared about families being torn apart. I want to share with you that you have accomplished in your death more than you can imagine. There's not one soul that didn't hear your story, that didn't feel your pain, that didn't realize the awful consequences of shunning, parental alienation, the sad stories of the suicide victim, and the division between families. I want to share with you that already, because of the exposure of your story, there have been several parents that have reunited with their children. There have been a strong voice that went deep, deep into the heart of everyone, that a change must happen. I think your story will be viewed as a watershed moment for the better. Esti, your funeral showed the whole world that there can be coexistence. There can be compassion. There can be understanding and mutual respect. I want to share a few words with the families of other people who have left the fold. We, the people who have left the fold, we're first of all human. Whether we agree on a lifestyle one chooses or not, chasing away doesn't help. It's actually murder. Personally, my mom loves me. I know she loves me. She thinks about me all the time, called me, talks to me all the time. My mom once shared with me that when she prays for me, she doesn't know if to pray for things to be good for me or to pray that things will be bad for me, so bad that we'll have to come back to the religion. Mom, you can't pray for Esti anymore. I spoke with my mom a few words during the funeral over Skype. She told me, how you feel about your sister right now is how we feel about you all the time. Come back to us. If Esti was the sacrifice, then at least that, but come back to us. Mom, I know how much you love me, and I know it doesn't come from a bad place. It comes from how you feel about religion. Religion is for you above everything. It's not part of life. It's not an important part of life. It's all of life. It's more important than family, blood, motherly love, and it's more important than life itself. Religion is everything for you. Talking from religion only, the suit I wear and the side of the kippah, but ignoring basics. Before wondering whether I eat this or I eat that, I do this on Shabbat or I pray this way or that way. Before all of that, there is basic human life, family blood, and you fail to see that. That's exactly the reason those girls didn't speak with Esti. The human side doesn't matter. It's all about how you are with regards to religion. To you, Mom and Dad, I can be an amazing human being, raise wonderful daughters, help numerous people, and always do the right things. But if I don't live the exact lifestyle you believe in, I'm dead to you. I'll clarify that you don't shun me, you talk to me, and you help me when you can, however you can. But it hurts me knowing that you're in pain because of me, that religion is everything to you. You are missing out on an amazing son. I want to call to all the families of people who have left the fold. You have beautiful things in your communities. Celebrate them, share them. We, the people who have left those communities, have also beautiful things. We all have many beautiful sides. Find the beautiful sides in us and connect. I also want to share a few words with my fellow people who left the religion. Be strong, help each other, choose life. Reach out to your families. Don't expect anything from them. Understand their position and respect that, but keep in touch with them. Not all conversations have to be controversial. Too many of us feel that we have nothing in common and therefore we lose touch. Let's make it a point to keep in touch, even if it's not very convenient. Lastly, a few words to my father, my mother, my brother, my sisters, Tami and Shon. I'm sorry I was not there with you over the last 10 hard days. I'm sorry I couldn't make it to the funeral. Although I saw the entire funeral, thank you, my friend Neta, Skyping it with me. I want you to know that I do feel a part of the family and that my heart, my thoughts, and my soul are right there with you in all those hard times. I truly love you all. I want to end with a song written by Michael David Rosenberg, known as A Passenger. Let Her Go. I will read a few lines from the song and then we'll play it here. You only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go. You see her when you close your eyes. Maybe one day you'll understand why. Everything you touch surely dies. Staring at the ceiling in the dark, same old empty feeling in your heart, because love comes slow and it goes so fast. Well, you see her when you fall asleep, but never to touch and never to keep, because you loved her too much and you dived too deep. Only know you love her when you let her go, and you let her go.